Thanks thanks everybody for joining me. One from your heart patient to you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. Brilliant. As promised, the one and only chaga. Okay, there's a lot to get through, so we're going to start immediately. Chaga's been around for a long time. As you can see, chaga is a mushroom. It's called an endophytic mushroom as it grows on trees. Now that is really solid. That is solid. It contains part of the wood from a birch tree. Now, where do I start? There's so much to get through, guys. Where do I start? Okay, if you didn't know it, the most medicinal tree on the planet is a birch tree. That's why you see animals feeding on the bark constantly. If you have a forest of birch trees, you have less bacteria and microbes than you would in an operating theatre. Fact. Unbelievable, eh? So the birch tree has medicinal properties. The chaga, which is a Russian name, come to that in the spelling in a minute. The chaga grows on the tree and it's full of many phytonutrients and special chemicals which I'll come on to. It magnifies the medicine of the tree many hundreds and hundreds of times. That's why it's so medicinal. It is without doubt the most powerful mushroom known to man. The problem is at the minute there's a few people finding out and the prices have gone through the roof. Okay, let's take the story. Now you know about what tree it grows on, right? And I want to thank a friend for this. As you can see, I have a bowl of this. I've been using it for tea. What you actually do with this is you boil tea with it. I've been using it for tea for many months. There's a lot more inside as well. Then when you've used it for tea and you've expelled it, you can then extract the triterpenoids and the betulinic acid from it, and you can make a tincture like this one. I always use it for tea first, and it lasts many months and many boils, and then I always tincture it and extract it. For the people who follow me on the Facebook page, you will have seen the pictures of me making this. Let's just explain. You'll only find this in 1 in 5,000 trees. It's rare. It is very rare. Like I say, I'd like to thank a friend of mine who lives over the road, Robert, if you're watching. Thanks, because Robert got me this. He'd seen it on my stove, and he came home one day and said, "Wow, I think I've seen some of that funny stuff you drink that grows on trees." And I said, "Oh yeah," and I lent him a few tools and he came back with this, and that was a good 6 months ago. As you can see, solid as anything, right? Solid, absolutely solid. With that said, let's go back to Russia in the 12th century, where the Tsars were using it as a cancer cure. It's always been known as a very effective cancer cure, up until when the pharmaceutical industry started to get into Russia in the 70s, I would say. So it was officially known by the Russian government in 1955. It was declared as a cancer treatment. It is that powerful. Now, if you've seen my video, guys, if you've seen the video I did on amiodarone, the amiodarone thing which I was talking about, that stops the production of melanin, the heart drug, the anti-arrhythmia drug for heart patients. If you haven't watched it, watch it, because it's of prime importance to you if you're an heart patient. If you're not, it'd still be really, really interesting. That led me to how you could bring about more melanin into my body. Now, when I spoke about amiodarone, I was also went on to talk about melanin and what melanin does and how protective it is. And I was talking about, in the same video, if you look for it, I was talking about ultra fast internal conversion with melanin protecting DNA. DNA is vital for your reproduction and your life. When the DNA, well, we won't go into that now, but I'll talk about that another time. Right? Okay, what's in this that makes it so special? Well, all the important trace minerals are in it: barium, bismuth, boron, silica, manganese. Now, if you watch my video on garlic, a poor man's penicillin, I spoke about sulfur and manganese. And the interesting thing about manganese is you need manganese. It's a precursor. Whenever I mention the word a precursor, it's like what the body needs, or what something needs to make something from it. Okay, a precursor. So you need manganese to make superoxide dismutase. Now, when I was talking about poor man's penicillin, I was telling you that superoxide dismutase is really, really fantastic, powerful antioxidant. And I've spoke about antioxidants time and time again now, right? They stop a chain reaction and they give an electron up. So one of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet is this stuff, right? Now, there's just so much to say about this, guys. I could literally go on for hours and hours and hours and hours, and I can't really do that because there's so many other things involved in being healthy. Okay, this will increase your melanin. If you drink 3 cups of tea a day, this will increase your melanin, and it will change your hair colour and your eye colour. Like I said, it won't change your eye colour from blue to brown. It will make the colour darker and more prolific. It will do the same to your hair and your skin. Okay, if you want the best suntan you've ever had in your life, I will say, get some chaga, drink 3 cups of the tea a day before you go on holiday, and continue doing it while you're on holiday. You will have the absolute best suntan you will ever have in your life. It also works with a sunbed. The reason being is because the melanin in chaga is almost identical to the melanin you produce. Amazing. Like I say, it only grows on 1 in 5,000 trees. It's rare, which makes it very, very expensive. Now, a kilogram of chaga, well, 200 milligrams of chaga will cost you about, expect to pay £15 for 200 milligrams. You can imagine, and I've got more in the house, you can imagine how much money's worth I actually have here. You know, it really is so expensive. Now the word is getting out, so now you know. Okay, it's also got amino acids in as well. So it's got full spectrum amino acids. It contains vitamin B2, riboflavin, vitamin B2, and it contains vitamin D2, which is called ergosterol. Ergosterol, which gets converted into viosterol by ultraviolet light, and it's biosterol in the bloodstream that brings about an immunity. And a lot of people also don't know that vitamin D obviously needs calcium to be absorbed as well, and there's a lot going on, but vitamin D stops 77% of all cancers across the board.